Yo, attack like the four horsemen. Yo, what up, dudes?
Woo!
Yo, the four horsemen. I was watching some old WCW wrestling matches over the weekend, man. The four horsemen were crazy. Ole Anderson, R. Anderson, them cats used to break backs, legs, arms, everything, man.
And they jump you. They got no problem jumping you either.
They got no problem. Yo, they could be winning the match and they still want to jump. Like they don't care. Like Ric Flair be winning the match hands down, and they just come in the ring and just start fighting everybody for no reason. They're still getting jumped. But yo, we are back, fellas. We are back. We have the vibes, the new vibes, the vibrations. Y'all know what it is. You know, we got my man Marc. I got my man Stacks and Murph hopping on with us tonight. Yo, what it do, Rebecca? What it do? Shout out to Facebook Live. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to Blackjack TV, channel 199 and Mile High Radio. Shout out to all the listeners. Shout out to everyone who's watching. Thank you all for coming in tonight. You know, we got some new vibes tonight. We got the sports talk. We're going to have some hip-hop talk. We're going to get into all of that. I'm joined by my homie Stacks. What it do, Stacks? How you doing out there, homie?
Man. I'm chilling, man. I'm rejuvenated for some reason, man. I'm feeling good. Happy to be back. But the boys are back in town, man. Like they said, what was that?
48 hours, man.
Boys, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So that's how I'm feeling. I mean, you go to the next person. I'm good.
Yo, man, I'm loving that backdrop, man. You got everything going there, man. I love that backdrop.
Man, up. You know I'm coming, man, in 2021, man. It ain't hard to tell, man. Go ahead.
It ain't hard to tell. Yo, don't get me started, man. Yo, Murph, what you doing out there, man? You good out there, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. You know, y'all know what I'm doing. I'm always drinking, but it's a Monday, so I can't start off Monday going fucking nuts. So I got some what do you call this shit? I got some.
You gotta read the bottle.
I got some peanut. I got some peanut Grigio.
Peanut Grigio.
That's probably not how it's pronounced at all.
Yeah, Pinot Grigio.
That's not how it's pronounced.
No, he got it from Kroger, so it probably called Peanut.
I got Peanut Grigio.
Yo, he got that from Kroger, man.
That sounds extremely incorrect, man. I'm sorry.
I'm sure it's incorrect. I'm sure. Yo, and shout out to my co-host Marc. What you do out there, homie? You out there in the snowstorm?
Yeah, man. I was shoveling today, man, so I'm tired of that shit already. You know, I got to shovel tomorrow because it's still snowing as we speak. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't going to be, you know, some people going to be shoveling 12 inches. Person like me going to shovel 5 because I cleared out 7 today, so I'm good.
Indeed. Well, man, y'all be safe up there in the north, man. I know you guys are getting slammed with the snow up there, but I think until the middle of the week, right? You guys are getting snow.
I mean, shoot. Now I think till like tomorrow morning, and then after that, everything should be cool.
We got like a nasty rain. Y'all keep all that snow and slush shit above the Mason-Dixon line, man. You know we don't handle that shit real good down here. We ain't got none of them trucks and all that salt shit that y'all got. So
I know y'all don't. I seen Atlanta get an inch of snow one time, and the whole city was shut down. So I know y'all.
Oh, that's how we do. Yeah, we should. Nothing moves in the South when it's snow.
Yeah, everything stops.
It's like Armageddon around this bitch when it like if it sleets around this bitch, everything closing down.
Absolutely. But yo, fellas, first of all, Merv Stacks, thank you all for hopping on. I know you guys wanted to get into this sports talk that Marc and I are going to get into tonight. We're going to talk about some sports topics, some hot trending topics. We're going to talk about some hot hip-hop topics that's out there as well. So for the next hour or so, yo, thank you all for kicking it with us again. Merv Stacks, thank you all for hopping on, you know, to kick us off on this inauguration for myself and Marc.
No doubt.
And
no doubt.
Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Breathe easy, baby. I'm breathing good. I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm talking different. I'm walking different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Already.
Walking like you talking.
Yo, so let's go ahead and get into it, man. The first thing I do want to hit off, because I know you guys came on here specifically, especially for you, Merv, because this thing kind of hit you a little bit different, being that you're NFC West guy. So Yo, this Stafford and Golf trade, man. What you guys think about this trade, man?
Yo, Murray, why your mood changed, man?
Man.
Man,
Hey, I'm gonna let him speak. Go ahead, Murray. I'm gonna let you speak on the front, but your mood changed as soon as the topic came up. Y'all seen that shit?
hey man, it's like the motherfucker on Belly with the stupid ass glasses eating a fucking banana, seeing the motherfuckers making money. He was like, I don't like that shit. I'm about to drop down with them niggas. Man, it's like that, man. Like, well, okay. Everybody is very well known. I'm a 49ers fan, and I don't fucking like Jimmy. Last year, I wanted us to trade Jimmy for Tom Brady. Fuck him being young. He's not a winner. We let Tom Brady go to Tampa Bay, and guess what? Them motherfuckers in the Super Bowl. You know what I think? We could have been in the motherfucking Super Bowl had we had got Tom Brady. Now, we got some quarterbacks available now. Deshaun Watson, Matt Ryan, Matt Stafford that's on the block. We let the Rams, one of our fucking division rivals, get Matt Stafford. Now, I'm going to say some shit that may shock y'all. But right now, in my opinion, that trade make the Rams the best team in the division.
That's not shocking.
I can see that.
I can see that.
Because if you add Matt Stafford, and people gonna say he's not a winner. The motherfucker been Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions haven't been a motherfucking, or they've been a trash organization since Barry Sanders. That's why Barry Sanders retired 10 years in his prime. You have Megatron, arguably the best wide receiver during this time, retired in his prime. They haven't surrounded Matt Stafford with a winning formula. He got talent, he could throw, he got an arm. So when you add that with the Rams and McVay, with the running game, the play action, he don't have to win. He don't have to win every fucking play. You don't have to make every fucking pass. You put that with Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald and that defense, combined with those wide receivers, they got 3 wide receivers, they got 2 tight ends, and they got a brand new lead running back. So that trade kind of disgusts me because we needed a quarterback worse than they did. Goff is better than Jimmy, and they still made they're making the necessary moves to compete. Last year they went after Ramsey, now they're going after Stafford. Them motherfuckers is trying to win now, and we fucking went to the Super Bowl, and we still on this fucking pipe dream trying to do the fake public shit, talking about Jimmy's our quarterback. No fuckers know Jimmy ain't the motherfucking answer. Get rid of that motherfucker.
Hey, you made a very good point, Merv, about that whole Detroit thing. Because Detroit, I always thought of Detroit, the Lions, is where NFL careers go to die. I don't know if it's something about that city, so I feel the same way about the basketball team. That's pretty much where careers go to die. My bad, Merv. I mean, since you threw up the oop, I just got to throw it down. But yeah, that's a very good point. I think it applies to the Pistons as well. But good move on the Rams. Mike, I heard from Yahoo Sports, and I don't want to sound biased, that Washington was really pushing heavy to get Stafford services as well. I think they came up a pick short. I think that the Rams was able to offer a better pick, but I'm
so glad. I
think it's a really good move. Yeah, of course you would be an NFC East fan. Now it was just a good pick. It was just a good move by the Rams, and Golf can go into Detroit and he could just not be heard of again, just like pretty much all these sports teams.
What you think, Mark?
Man, I'm like, you know what? If the Rams feel they were a quarterback away for competing for a Super Bowl or winning the Super Bowl, then you know what? It's a good trade. If they feel that way, right? Now, if there's any other holes in their team, it's going to be hard to fill them, right? You know, now I haven't watched the Rams much, so I don't really know. Merv probably watched them more since the 49ers in the division. I would say, like that offensive line, I know they did a good job with the run blocking, but they certainly going to have to do a good job protecting Matt Stafford. He's more of a statue in the pocket at this point. At least Jared Goff moved around. Not that he's nowhere near the quarterback or to have the arm talent, but he's going to be back there. And that line going to have to protect him. You know, so I mean that would be for worry number one. You know, for me, they have some great pieces on the defense. As a total unit, though, I'm just like, you know, they're okay. I mean, Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey can't play every position. So since they cannot, I was just like, you know, they're gonna have to, you know, do some things over there on the defense with those linebackers. You know, Jalen Ramsey's gonna have to talk to that secondary and be like, "Look, get your shit together and make things happen." And Aaron Donald, we already know he gets a double team up front. But those other guys, man, I'm like, if Aaron Donald's getting double teamed, y'all free. And if y'all free, you know, you should be coming up with some numbers, coming up with some big time plays. So we're going to see, you know, like if Matt Stafford can have the same effect on the Rams that Tom Brady had on the Bucks. The Bucks pretty much returned most of their same team from last year. Enter Tom Brady. Tom Brady brings, you know, Gronk with him. He brings Antonio Brown. But you know, that's basically most of the same team. And this was a team that ain't reached no playoffs, and then all of a sudden they in the Super Bowl. So, you know, I think the Rams thinking they could do the same thing, and we'll see what happens.
Here's my thing.
Now, what else?
Go ahead, Murph.
Now what else Detroit have to do? The Tampa Bay also brought in, like what you mentioned earlier about Matt Stafford and his career is like a statue. Because Tampa Bay, Brady can't doesn't move like that. So they brought in some new offensive linemen as well to help with that protection.
Right.
But how the Rams offense work, the way they call it plays helps the quarterback and helps the offensive lineman. Because 80% of the passing plays are play actions. It's some kind of play action. That's why they set their game up with the run. And that's why Todd Gurley got so much carries and got so much yards. But they got smart and they try to rotate. But they're a run heavy team. And then they set up by play action. They play action almost about 70 to 80% of every pass plays, which that will freeze the linebackers and freeze the D linemen because they got to pay attention to that. So that would definitely help Matt Stafford because Matt Stafford in Detroit was a shotgun gunslinger, and that's it. So with that, it should help his efficiency. It should lower his interception rate because they didn't really have a running game in Detroit, and the offensive line was trash in Detroit. Now with the defense, Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald, they get all of the notoriety, but they have a complete defense from the front line, from the D line, the linebackers, and the secondary. I only mention those two because those are the cornerstones, but they have a complete defense. You know, they might have a top 5 defense this year, Mark. So that's why I said when you add Matt Stafford to that team, like right now, next year they're Super Bowl, they're real Super Bowl contenders with Matt Stafford.
I do feel like they are contenders. Here's my only thing with Stafford. Stafford reminds me of a highly celebrated quarterback, big arm, big guy, make all the throws, make all the passes, can do all the things on a field. But can he win? Now, granted, he was with Detroit, but I go back to his Georgia days when he was a Georgia Bulldog, and I hated the Bulldogs back then, so I followed them very closely. That was a talented team when Stafford was there. Those guys were talented. They had top-notch receivers, had a top-notch running back that year. They had and they had a great defense, but they couldn't win it. Stafford always, for some crazy reason, the big games that he needed to win, it escaped him. Even in Detroit, he had Megatron, but Megatron was by far the best receiver in the game. Even when they had Roy Williams, who was a Pro Bowler at that time, who was knocking on the door of being an all-pro receiver those years, for whatever reason, and again, Detroit is a bad organization. They're a loser organization, but they had a pretty solid team. They put some weapons. Anytime you put Megatron on the other side of that ball, I don't care what else you have. You got Megatron, right? And they had a pretty good tight end group as well in Detroit during that time when they had Megatron. So I always felt that Stafford, he's everything a coach wants in a quarterback. Big guy, can throw the ball down the field, big arm, can throw every single pass at every single level. Now is the time for him to show that he can actually win. Now there's no excuse. there's no excuse for him not to win, with the Rams. If they don't win this year, we would know by next year if this was really a really good trade for the Rams, or if Detroit was able to fleece the Rams for the most part with all the picks that they received from that. I don't know right now. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I think Stafford is a hell of a quarterback. I just wonder if he can actually win. Difference between him and Brady, Mark, to your point, Brady got to Tampa Bay and brought a winning culture, but let's not get it twisted. Tampa Bay, they did some reshuffling on that line. They was able to protect him. They were still putting up crazy yards when they had old boy Winston. You know what I mean? He just was just passing the ball to the wrong team in crucial moments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to think about that. If you don't throw all of those interceptions, they could have gone to the playoffs. They could have won at least 4 or 5 more games if he didn't have a high turnover ratio. So Brady brought more stability. Can Stafford bring that stability? Absolutely. We just got to see.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
So with Stafford getting that big move, what y'all think about Deshaun Watson? If Stafford got that, what do y'all think Deshaun Watson can get?
Well, I'm gonna start that off. I will tell you that I think that we talked that the Washington football team might be in the ring for that, but they want Montez Sweat, Chase Young, and a bunch. It's like it's gonna take a king's ransom. They want Montez Sweat, Chase Young, and 3 first rounders or something like that.
Well, they dropped Chase. They dropped Chase Young.
Really?
They'll take one of the two.
Dang, that's a lot though.
Okay, Marc. Thank you for that information, because I was just about to say Chase Young is untouchable to me. You don't trade that guy. You got a generational talent. You don't trade that guy. But I don't know if we have the assets. I know we have the cap room, the money and all that stuff, but I don't know if we have the assets via, trades and all that stuff in order to bring him in. But it's gonna take a king's ransom to get that guy's services, man. I don't know which team is going to pull over. It's going to be one of the biggest trades. I think it'll be the biggest trade since the Herschel Walker trade back in the day.
I can see that.
Yeah, me too.
But do y'all think that do you think Texans going to give up Deshaun Watson at this point? Because they're trying to play hardball. They know they cannot afford to lose him unless somebody's going to give up a king's ransom, who's going to deplete their entire roster and their draft picks to get him? That's the question. What does that match look like?
I'm gonna say like this. I just don't see a team, at this point in time, what they're asking for.
Absolutely, man.
I don't see a team doing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, because if you're talking about 2 defensive starters, right, and maybe up to 5 or 6 picks, that's like 8 players.
That's 8 players.
I just don't see a team just like, we're gonna blow up the franchise just for him. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just like, even if you get him, I'm like, your franchise is in a rut.
You're done. You're done.
The minute he get there, and here's the thing. If you're going to make that deal, right, I mean, your GM skills, whoever the GMs of these teams have to be the man, right? Absolutely. And I always talk about the great Jerry West in basketball. The football version of that is going to have to transpire. Because I just don't see, I'm just like, that's how good of a GM you're going to have to be. If you like, look, I can trade 2 guys and maybe 5 or 6 picks and still be cool. That's how good of a GM you're going to have to be. If you feel you're that good of a GM, go ahead and make the move. But if you are questionable, if you are any bit questionable, and you know what, I'm not like the guy, who put together the Lakers teams and the Warriors teams and all that. I'm nothing like that guy. Don't even play yourself, because you're going to be out of a job a year later.
So, Marc, with you being a 49ers fan and you guys looking for a quarterback, is he worth you giving up, gutting your roster and your picks just to get Watson?
So they're not really asking. They're not really trying to gut a roster. They trying to get an ass of picks and some defensive players. So picks. The picks don't bother me because it's like 8 fucking rounds, and you can find gems. A lot of times you find gems in 2nd, 3rd, or 4th round. That shit don't bother me. Give up the 4 picks, and let's go about our fucking business. Now, as far as And if you train for Watson, you train for Watson to be in the playoffs every fucking year. So that means it's gonna be late round anyway. Now, like Stack said, I'm not trying to give up Bosa. I'm not trying to give up Bosa. But anybody else on that defensive line can
Not
fucking
safe.
go. Yeah. Anybody else on that fucking defensive line can fucking go. And shit, JJ Watt is about to leave, and so that's one of the reasons why they're trying to get a defensive player.
Exactly.
Along with a quarterback if they can. So send them those 2 first rounds, 2 second rounds, split the shit up over years. Send them fucking Jimmy, Garoppolo, and one of our defensive linemen, not named Bosa, and I'm fucking good.
But if Stafford got that haul, you got to think, man. They're gonna want way more than Stafford.
He
said a different market.
They already said what they wanted, right?
Yep.
In my opinion, the Rams and that trade was almost like anomaly, like a win-win, because they was able to get a quarterback, a younger quarterback that they could build around in golf. Rams wanted to get rid of that salary cap, so that's why they had to take golf, and they gave us some picks. So I really don't think that's going to affect the Watson trade. And of course, in the beginning, you start high. Everybody on here has negotiated before, so you start high. They're not gonna get 2 fucking defensive starters, 2 first rounders, and 2 second rounders for one fucking quarterback. Like the only quarterback that you have to have some rings on, and still be like 28 years old before you get some shit like that.
Right. And plus, Detroit did Stafford a solid. They did that for Stafford. He wanted to go to LA, and Detroit gave him a solid. They took care of him. The Texans, I don't think the Texans going to want to do that, because the way this thing is going down, if they have to be forced to trade Watson, they're going to do what's best for them. They have to. They got to save face at this point. Detroit was like solid.
They're already playing hardball in the little PR stunt
that
they try to pull by hiring the black head coach, I think they're literally trying to make Watson look like the bad guy, where he it just came public. Watson wanted to but Watson went on the record saying that he wanted to be traded weeks ago. It just came public. That's when the Watson camp, from what I heard, didn't let it out. I heard the organization let it out in conjunction with, hey, we hired this coach so they can try to, make Watson like the bad guy. But my thing is, you asked earlier if, the Texans are going to give it up. I think and this is true for the NBA and now the NFL, we just saw Le'Veon Bell. I think he sat out. I think he had sat out a year, and these players are beginning to realize that they have power. So I wouldn't put it past Deshaun Johnson saying, oh, y'all ain't going to trade me? Cool, I'm not going to touch the field. Deshaun Watson is a smart cat. I'm pretty sure he saved up his chicken, like Marshawn Lynch said, and he can afford to sit out. I think he's going to force their hand, and they're going to eventually have to go ahead and trade that man.
Absolutely. Mark, what you think, man? Any parting words for the Deshaun Watson situation?
Shoot, I'm gonna say like this, man. If you are a diehard Houston sports fan, man, that you really kind of going through it right now.
Yes.
Harden just left for Brooklyn. Brooklyn, won 4 in a row until last night. You know what I'm saying? Deshaun Watson was out. That's hard. I'm like, the Rockets are starting to soften the blow a little bit because they won 4 in a row themselves.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, to have 2 superstars in the city in the same year, that's kind of tough.
Hey, Mark, and you lost Nuke last year.
Huh?
Yeah.
And you lost Nuke Hopkins last year.
Yeah.
And Westbrook ain't there no more either. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah. So
taking blows, man.
It's tough being a Houston fan, but I was just like, at least the Rockets are trying to do something, and then we'll see what the Texans do.
And their baseball team known for cheating.
Yeah.
They won though. They cool.
Yeah. They're getting on all angles, man. On all angles. So it's more to come on this Deshaun Watson thing, man. Hey, we'll see what happens. Yo, before you guys hop off, man, I want to get y'all Super Bowl picks, man. We got the Brady Mahomes Super Bowl coming up next week. I know my man Manny's hating on this. He does not want Brady to win whatsoever. So
as he should. He's a Raiders fan.
Yeah, of course. So what do you guys think, man? Like who y'all rooting for and who you think gonna win?
Well, Kansas City has been my Super Bowl champion pick from day. Well, I lied. I had Kansas City and 49ers as my Super Bowl picks. When 49ers got eliminated from everything.
Yeah.
Early too. Put that in there. Early. Like a week 4.
Happy because they won the playoffs with a 300 record. But when 49ers got
hey, yo, man, fuck you, I'm a dick.
When 49ers got eliminated, I was like, the Kansas City became my Super Bowl pick as far as like winning a champion, man. Is I can't. Mahomes got that. Mahomes is that new young Brady appeal. You know what I'm saying? It's like 5-6 years ago. It's like, I can't bet against Brady. I can't bet against Brady, and that's how I feel about Mahomes right now. Like, I can't bet against Mahomes. So I'm with that. They got the same team, so they even more in tune with the offense, with the audibles, with the play calls. You got Andy Reid back. You still got Eric Bieniemy, and so it's like whoever does the team score, I just feel like Kansas City is going to outscore them. So yeah, I got Mahomes. Mahomes Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. I got a question for y'all. You want me to wait till everybody else give their Super Bowl picks? It's about the Super Bowl.
Okay. But you got, just after we get our picks.
Okay.
So, what do you think, Stacks? What you got, man?
I'm kind of thinking, kind of sort of like Merv. I mean, Brady, this is his 10th Super Bowl, and it's hard for me to wager any money against a Tom Brady-led team. But on the other side of that field, you got a guy that's playing the position, probably like we've never seen anybody play it before. And last year's playoffs, they end up winning the Super Bowl against Merv's Niners. Had to put that in there. They were down double digits every game in the playoffs, I believe. Yeah. Thank you. They were down double digits. So they're saying this little goat against, I guess the future goat against the current goat. I think that's kind of corny. I see what they're getting at with that. Yeah. But I have to go with the Chiefs. It's going to be close though, because as much as I don't want to pick against Brady, we all seen what Mahomes been doing since he's been in the league. He's a league MVP. This is 4th season, right? He sat behind Alex Smith, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 1 year.
He won the NFL MVP, and if not for offside, we could be talking about him possibly be going for a three-peat if it wasn't for that offsides play against the Patriots 2 years ago.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yep. We absolutely could be talking about them going for a three-peat. I'm going to go with Mahomes because I wouldn't say he got next. He got now. I mean, Brady's still doing his thing, but Mahomes is the guy. I got the Chiefs over them in a real close one.
Okay. How about you, Mark? What you got, homie?
Shoot. I got the Chiefs also. Andy Reid for years, even from Philly to KC. If you give him a bye week, he just really does not lose. Like the preparation's there. He has the extra time, to do all the studying. Andy Reid loves the film sessions. He loves just watching film. That's just who he is, So anything that the Bucs are doing, he's going to know about. He's going to know how to attack it, and he's going to know how to attack that defense, especially. And then boom, they rip a 70-yard touchdown from like Tyreek Hill or something like that. And it's just like that, you're down 7-10
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Right.
Out of nowhere. like now you don't even get to play your game. Whatever your game is, you have to change it to try to keep up with them. We've seen that in the AFC Championship against the Bills, and I think we're going to see it again in the Super Bowl.
So here's the crazy thing. Yo, Timothy, I did not know that. Are y'all hearing anything about that? There's some COVID issues in the camp, in the Chiefs camp.
I did. They got 2 players. I don't think they're big names, but I think they don't have COVID, but I think they're contact tracing issues where they gotta self-isolate for like 5 days, I believe.
Ooh.
The fourth string wide receiver and I think was it Hardman? I think Hardman is one of them, and the other guy I didn't recognize the name.
Okay.
So none of their money players.
Okay.
So far.
I'm 50-50. I don't want to bet against Brady, especially in a game like this. Just like you guys say, Andy Reid has a week to prepare. That defense also have a week to prepare as well. You know what I mean? I do think that with Tampa Bay, the way they play defense on Aaron Rodgers, the way they play defense in the playoffs, period, and the way they play defense at times in the regular season, they're showing that they can naturally go with the best offenses. Even when they played against the Chiefs, that game was really close. I think that it's going to come down to who outcoaches who in that second half. I think the first half is going to be one of those weird halves. I think that second half is going to be who outcoaches who in that second half. And that's going to be the Tampa Bay defense versus Andy Reid's offense, Andy Reid's and Bieniemy offense. That's what it's going to come down to, in my opinion. I don't think it's going to be so much as Bruce Arians' offense versus the Chiefs' defense. I think it's going to come down to what Tampa Bay defense can do to really put a control on Bieniemy and Andy Reid in that second half. So that's my pick. I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay. I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay. That's my pick. So,
quick question.
What up?
Just a quick question. Just a quick answer for everybody. So Stephen A. Smith made, I think he said on his show that if Mahomes don't beat Brady in this Super Bowl this year, he has no chance of catching Brady as the GOAT. Y'all got any thoughts on that?
Real quick, if we're talking, I think this is an answer that we can answer. This is a question that we can answer now, but I think it can be revisited depending on how Mahomes' career going forward. But I would say if I was answering today, I would say that's a fair point. But I think that's still to be determined because we never know if Brady wins. I mean, if Brady wins the Super Bowl, hell, you never know. Mahomes could be in the Super Bowl could go to the Super Bowl as much as Brady and end up being 9-1 in the Super Bowl. So I think today I would say that's a valid point.
Yep.
No, I don't think it affects them at all. I just win or lose, I still think the Chiefs are going to be in it. They retool pretty nicely.
Mahomes no, Marc. I'm only talking about the quarterbacks, Brady and Mahomes.
Go conversation.
I'm like, nah. I still think Mahomes is in it, even if they lose, and I don't think they'll lose. But even if somehow that happens, I still think he's going to be in the conversation because he's going to win more.
And Kansas City got 2 key tackles out, man. I forgot about that, but that don't change my pick.
No, not me either.
Yeah, I'm still going Tampa Bay.
Okay.
And I don't think Mahomes can catch him. That is my opinion.
Okay.
Too far gone. 10 Super Bowl appearances, 6 wins. That's a lot. That's a lot.
So you saying Mahomes will have to beat him in this Super Bowl to have a chance?
To have a small chance.
To go past it.
Have a small chance, yes.
A small chance, nigga. You have 2 Super Bowl wins, probably 2 MVPs, and niggas like 24?
And in 3 seasons, because I'm not counting the season he sat. So that'd be 2 Super Bowls in 3 seasons, pretty much, right?
Yeah. Still need more, in my opinion.
Gotcha.
No. Not now, nigga.
Right. I know it's about overtime.
At the end of his career. At the end of his career.
I don't see it.
Gotcha.
I don't see it. I'm beyond. I don't see it.
So you don't see Kansas City going to multiple Super Bowls?
You would try to change his mind all night, Marc. He said he don't.
I ain't trying to change it. Nigga, let me and Shawn fucking discuss this. Ain't nobody fucking talking to you. So
my bad.
What New England did in this day, what New England was able to do in this day and age of football is an anomaly. Honestly, it's an anomaly in this day and age of football. Salary caps, people changing. Don't get me wrong. Pat Mahomes is still a beast, regardless of what. Will he catch Brady? I can't see that happening. All right, I can't see it happening. I just don't see
Even
it.
if he win this year, okay.
I don't see it.
Like, only reason why I see it is because the offensive line the offense is so young. As long as Andy Reid is coaching, alive and well and coaching, and they win this,
I don't see it.
Okay. We revisit this. What's the date? February 1st, 2021?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna revisit this shit.
Revisit.
Yes, sir. So, Mark, what you want to dive into next, man? You want to get into this NBA talk before we talk about some flaming topics?
Yeah, man. Early season NBA MVP. Y'all know who I'm going with. It's Joel Embiid. You know what I mean? 14-1. 14-1 when he's in the lineup. He's the most dominant player in the game. He's pretty much unbeatable on the floor. You cannot stop him at all. If you check him one-on-one, he's going for 50 every single time. You know what I'm saying? This is too easy for him right at this point. Embiid is that good, and playing under Doc just has him motivated to play some real basketball. This guy's numbers is 30 and 10 easy. I mean, he's never played this well, ever. You know, so I'm like, man, but you know what? I'll say like this though, right? I will give props to LeBron because LeBron is LeBron. And I'm like, I get it, but you know, I'm just like, man, but as far as dominance, it's Embiid. I mean, I don't think it's been a player that actually wins that's been more dominant. I know Jokic, what he's doing out there in Denver, but guess what? You got 8 losses, homie, with you in the lineup every single game. Yeah, I mean, Embiid in 15 games only got 1 loss. I don't want to hear it. The numbers speak for Embiid all the way.
Cute.
Who you guys?
That's real fucking cute, Mark. I want to begin off by saying that, man, this regular season shit don't mean nothing. There's nobody beating the 17-time NBA champions in a 7-game series. Let's just get MVP pick.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it the MVP right now. Embiid. I'm not gonna. I would be biased and go with my guy LeBron, but Embiid. I don't even have no right. If the MVP was voted on right now, it'd be Embiid. I'm just glad his big ass ain't standing out the fucking at the 3-point line like he's been doing all these other years. Somebody told his ass to get down low, and guess what? It fucking worked. And he is. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. When y'all beat us last week, AD couldn't do shit with him. And that's if I'm telling you AD couldn't do shit with somebody on defense, that's saying a lot.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Who you got, Merv?
It's like you laboring, man.
Yo, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just don't want to agree with Mark.
Of course you do.
I just don't want to agree with that motherfucker. But he's right because you got, the other candidates. You got the Joker and Denver putting up crazy ass numbers, but they're all like 12-8. LeBron's in every year, but even the Lakers is not performing as well as the 76ers. And Embiid, like motherfucker is putting up numbers like 38 and 10 by end of 3 quarters. So and they're 15-6. I think they got the best record in the East, right? I don't know if they got the best record overall.
No, in the East though. Clippers have the number 1 record.
Clippers got the best
record, bro. Yeah, okay. And Kawhi Leonard is not putting up numbers for MVP right now. So at this too early to tell selection. I gotta go with Joel Embiid based off the record, but I don't see him keeping this up, man.
I don't see it either. I don't see it. That's why I can't pick.
It's not sustainable, Mark.
I don't think so. And Mark,
Mark.
I don't want to really agree with Mark on Embiid, but
I
do feel like Embiid is playing outstanding right now. However, I think the league is going to get it to LeBron, man. I'll be honest, because if you start listening to the narrative, LeBron already put his bid in to be MVP.
Man, they do that narrative every year, Shawn.
I know, but he already threw it out there last year that he should have won it. So now the watch is on him. If you start listening, the new narrative is AD is playing horribly and LeBron is carrying the Lakers. That's the new narrative. The new narrative is AD has forgot how to play ball. You know what I mean? Some monster alien took away his skill set, like on Space Jam, and now he don't know what to do out there. So now LeBron is carrying the Lakers and putting up these numbers. He's putting up LeBron-type numbers. It's not like he's putting up exaggerated numbers like Embiid is doing right now. Even you look at Luka Doncic. Luka is playing phenomenal basketball. They're not
playing good as a team. Yeah.
But they're playing good as a team.
That's the problem.
He's putting up Westbrook type of numbers when Westbrook won the MVP that year at OKC. So you got to watch out for Luka as well. But I still think that the league is going to try to figure out some kind of way to make sure that Bron does get this MVP this year. I want to see Embiid get it. I really want to see Embiid get it, though. I really do.
And to your point, real quick, LeBron James is on my team, but I'm a lifelong Laker fan, so I inherited a bunch of LeBron stands. And I was in the sports group, and this guy was like, "Man, what the hell's going on with AD acting like he's not a superstar?" I'm thinking to myself, "Oh boy, here we go." Every time and the thing is, we're in fucking February, and we're talking about just throwing AD away, saying he's not playing. He's still a top 5 player in the league. Calm down. I know these low LeBron stands. Y'all ain't used to really winning on a consistent basis like that, but it's the regular season. It'll all pan out by June, and we'll be hanging the 18th banner. Man, just calm down.
We gonna see.
We'll see. Yo, so that's our sports segment, man. That's our sports segment. Yo, we appreciate you guys. You guys are more than welcome to stay on. Marc and I about to hit on some hip-hop topics. We had a couple of things we want to get on for the next 20 minutes or so. But you guys are more than welcome to stay on, man, and still kick it with the fellas before we roll this thing out. We want to get into that T.I. scandal. You know what I mean? I don't know how y'all feel about that.
I'm gonna let y'all do your thing, man. I'm gonna let y'all get in your bag. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop off. But I'll be watching.
Indeed, sir.
No doubt.
I'm a lurk in the background too. I'll holler at you, brothers. Hey, y'all do work.
Yo, appreciate that, Tim. Yo, so now we want to get into that T.I. talk, Marc. Again, oh shit. Yo, Marc, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I mean, you went dark on us. You know what I'm saying?
Give me a second, fam. Keep
going.
going.
Like, you must be hotting like T.I. It's all right,
man. Nah, don't do that to me, homie.
But nah, man. I'm gonna say like this. When I first heard the story, I'm like, this is crazy right here. It just seemed crazy to me, but I'm just like, you know what though? I'm like, we've heard of Hollywood scandals, we've heard of entertainment scandals before, just like this. And when you read some of the stuff that's going on, with this situation, it sounds eerily similar to the Bill Cosby situation. Eerily similar, So I'm just saying, hey man, listen, if they're gonna come for him, I'm just like, yo, they're gonna get their cases together and everything. And you're talking about happening in multiple states, right? Right now, just in case for anybody who doesn't know, T.I. and his wife Tiny, are it's allegations of them, sexual assault against 15 women that came forward. And they're talking about sodomy, they're talking about, a lot of drug use and everything like that. It's crazy, but like I said, it sounds eerily similar to the Bill Cosby case. Ultimately, they took down Bill Cosby, for something that happened years ago. As far as the T.I. and Tiny case, some of the cases have happened, back as far as 15 years ago, but some of them happened as recently as more as 4 or 5 years ago. And they're talking about even a couple underage females, at the time were involved with that. So I'm just like, man, they had to put out a statement saying, listen, we denied this part of it. T.I. and his wife have openly said that they're swingers, and what this is the kind of lifestyle that they get into. But, it's a lot going on with this situation, and we're going to have to see, like if charges are going to be brought. You know what I'm saying? We don't know anything about that, but
Yeah.
I'm just like, for all the major news networks are carrying the story, and T.I. and his wife had to put out a statement, and everything. So I'm just like, man, it's a crazy situation, but some reason I'm not surprised because we've been down this road before with other entertainers.
Yeah. The crazy thing, before I give my opinion, I just want to throw a disclaimer. We don't have any inside track on any of this. This is only our opinion. This is our thoughts on that whole situation with T.I. and Tiny. We're not reporters. We're not giving anything from a reporting perspective. We're only sharing what's in the blogs and giving our own take on it. So I want to throw that out there first and foremost. To your point, Kyrie, it's not good. I'm be honest. Based on what I've heard, what I've read, what I've seen, it's not looking good because you got more people coming out the woodwork saying the same thing, and all they need is corroborating witnesses and corroborating statements. And when it comes to that, you start talking about the proof. You start talking about everything that you can put together to be substantiated, and that's going to be the biggest thing at this point. What can it substantiate in this entire investigation? If there is a live investigation going on between those guys, between T.I. and Tiny. The crazy thing about it is, it's the people that was close to them. You know what I mean? T.I. came out live, and he was like, "Yo, me and Tiny, we into what we into." The people that were into it, they were also into it. You know what I'm saying? So he pretty much letting you know, like, yeah, we're in that swinging lifestyle, but we had people. They were, it was consensual. So the crazy thing about it is, man, like, it depends on how far they're going down this rabbit hole, because you're going to start hearing a lot of stuff coming up really soon. And Mark, we hear the stories all the time, man, in Hollywood, period, in Hollywood, in hip hop. You hear all these stories about these crazy parties they be throwing. I mean, think about how many times they were talking about P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got countless stories of just weirdness that goes on out there.
And I'm going to tell you, one thing, that I've seen before, every time when you hear these stories, right? I don't know what it is. It's either like some penthouse suite at a hotel or a mansion.
Yeah.
It's never at the Holiday Inn.
Right.
No disrespect to the Holiday Inn, but it ain't at the Holiday Inn room 309. It ain't happening in room 309. I'm sorry. I mean, that's just not happening. But it's always like something high end. You know what I'm saying? They have extra people there. It's usually like some type of security, middlemen. It's all kind of stuff, and you just these kind of characters that are around, whoever, is orchestrating this are always kind of like around. So, I mean, this is what's happening. We just don't know enough about the story. We just know the allegations. We don't know if it's going to end up in criminal charges. Is this just going to end up in a civil suit? Where these women are like, look, this is what we went through. We want to get paid. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, though, man, I was just like, when you hear stuff like this, it's just like the allegations are so explosive, and they come after people for this. I'm like, went after Bill Cosby after years. R. Kelly, I mean, we already heard that for years. They went after him, and they got them. So I'm just like, yo, is T.I. next? I'm like, man, it just the way that's been setting up, and the Weinstein guy, they went after him and got him too. So I'm just like, yo, these are very, very troubling type of things going on, and I'm just like, man, I just do not know. I do not know what's going to happen, but I'm like, man, it just looks damaging. That's all I'm gonna say.
Do you think this is over for T.I.? Do you think like this could potentially end his career? Because you think about it, T.I. was like really, I mean, he was highly respected, not just in the hip hop community, but just on a different level. T.I. became more global, over the past few years with his whole brand. He had his show, what I mean, the T.I. and Tiny show or whatever. He had a lot of things going on that were a little bit different. So now with this coming out, and him really, he almost had to like throw out his dirty laundry just to hide other dirty laundry, if that makes sense. He had to kind of say, yo, yeah, we swingers. We get it in with everybody, but it's consensual. I mean, so he threw that out there, and now he has to bite the bullet on that side of it just so he can hide the other side that's being, alleged against him, as well as Tiny. Yo, What's up, Becca? I know you want to hop on and give you a 2 cents.
Hello.
The TI Tiny Scandal. So thank you for hopping on with the fellas.
Hi, everybody.
How you doing? All right.
Hey, Marc. Hey, Shawn. Everybody, listen. Tina B with the face. Beautiful.
Hey,
Hey.
baby.
Hey.
Hey, Becca.
Hey,
Hey,
up.
everybody.
Hey, guys.
All right. Hey.
Yo,
All
Mark,
right.
is that
Go right ahead. You know,
yo,
just
Mark, real quick before we get into that. Yo, my Wiz said the rumor is the only way to get to Diddy house is by a boat. Is that true?
hey, listen. Look, all I'm gonna say is though, right? I've never been to Diddy house. At least I don't think I have, right? But I'm just saying like this, right? Look,
You know when you've been to Diddy house.
some of those houses
Whoa.
in Miami, some of those, no, listen, for real. Some of those houses in Miami on Star Island, you cannot drive to them. You know what I'm saying? That's
Thanks,
Miami.
Kyrie.
You know, I don't know how it works in LA and some of these other places, but in Miami, some of these houses you can't drive to. You know, it's on the water, and you do have to take some type of boat to get there because you're not just or a hovercraft or whatever it is. You know what I mean, or a helicopter, but you're not driving over there. That's all I know.
Absolutely. Yo, Kyrie made a valid point. I mean, T.I. skipped a lot of stuff, man. Like he had 9 lives. You know what I mean? This might be that one. So you're right, Kyrie. This might be that one, man. So, ladies, what y'all think? I know y'all wanted to hop on and talk about this one. What y'all think about this?
Who's going first? I'll go first.
You don't want to hear what I gotta say.
yeah, we do.
Tina, like, yo,
Okay,
it's all good.
My Libra scales, they always weigh every situation on both sides. I feel like this doesn't only expose T.I., but stuff we already know about him and his wife. I think that it exposes even what we also already know about the music industry, right? The thing about them is that you can't say one thing that bothers me about T.I. is he thinks that his vocabulary, which is really not vocabulary at all, is going to sway people to think that he's intelligent or to think that he's not doing exactly what he's doing. I can't stand it. It bothers me when he does that because he makes it think it's like a play on somebody's intelligence. Like, don't come on Instagram Live using big words for us to think, oh, he's so smart. Maybe he's not doing this. Maybe she's lying. It could be that some of these stories are fabricated. It could be a little razzle dazzle added on top of some real stuff that's happening, right? But we already know from years ago that him and T.I. have been, T.I. and Tiny have been into this threesome type of lifestyle. Most rappers are, most married couples in the music industry are, whether they admit it or not. This is not new information. The fact that some of these women say that they've been drugged and they have been physically, to use any other words, harmed in this situation is not new. However, and this is going to come across bad, but we have to look at everything when we're looking at a story, right? I'm a stripper and I'm in a club and I have a rapper and his wife approach me and say, let's come home with us, right?
One of the top rappers at that, yeah.
One of the top rappers at that.
Yeah.
And they asked me to go home with them. What exactly am I supposed to think is going to happen? And even some of these women have said that they understood that they were going there for threesomes, but it's the other stuff that they didn't agree to. Right. And I can understand that as well. Yeah, I agree to a threesome, but I may not have agreed to be drugged or I may not have agreed to be raped. However, you have to have some type of discernment in a situation. And it is not victim shaming for those who may be like, oh, she's victim shaming. I'm not blaming the victims. I'm not blaming the women. But you have to look at all things given in a situation and weigh the pros and cons. I feel like he's done. He thinks that he is the king of Atlanta. He thinks Atlanta is Wakanda and can't nobody touch him or Atlanta. And when you think that way, you get touched.
Yeah. He's skating on thin ice right now. What you think, Tina? But what's your other side of that coin?
I mean, I'm open to what Rebecca said, 100%. But at the same time, I got to play devil's advocate. I don't know. I feel like it's happened so many times in the industry. It's happened so many times, like Marc said, with Cosby and all that stuff. Like, when are the ladies gonna learn? Like, it's not a secret anymore. It's been put out there. So when are y'all gonna learn to not put yourself in that situation, to walk away? Okay, as a celebrity, but you so starstruck, you down for the shit because you expected something to come out of it. It's not, oh, I'm about to sleep with T.I. and Tiny. You want something to come out of that after. You hoping for a deal, for him to put you on, for you probably to be one of his chicks too, for it to happen again. Check. Okay, like, you're not just like, oh, I'm sleeping with T.I. and Tiny, and that's it. Why would you put yourself in that situation? We all see this, but I bet you if there was a concert on Saturday coming up, somebody would do the same shit.
Right. That concert would be packed.
What rapper it is, or it'll be somebody else that saw the whole R. Kelly thing, that saw the whole Bill Cosby thing, that sees this and will still get in line to go backstage and hang out with a celebrity and do the same shit.
Absolutely.
So, like Becca said, I'm not trying to victim shame either, but we got to take accountability too. It's not like this is a secret. It's not like, oh my God, I never knew nothing like this ever happened. There's awareness to what's going on right now, and people still setting themselves up. Even back then, people were setting themselves up, and there was awareness to it.
Absolutely. And like you said, I think it's the allure of having celebrities, right? I mean, they talk about it all the time. I mean, you look at some of these hip hop docs and some of these R&B docs, they tell you how many men and women are like at the door, at their hotel rooms and everything. They know what they're getting themselves into. They know why they're there. And I think that the thing that struck me the most, and I didn't think about this until earlier today, I thought about all the kids that T.I. and Tiny has together. They have younger kids, right? And they have, kids like, teenagers.
Don't even get me started on their children.
Right, just imagine those kids seeing all of this on TV in the news now. Just imagine what they probably saw, at home, and was like, yo, that makes sense now. You know what I'm saying?
And the first one I think of Deja. I think of Deja because she like that. Yeah. She don't rock with her father like that. And Deja's mother is her protector. You can see that if you watch any of the episodes during the whole Hyman Gate situation, you can see that Deja does not mess with her dad like that. Right. I feel like she's either been through something, she knows something, she's seen something. And that has caused her to pull back because she also feels like she's the only one in her family that doesn't have any musical talent. She's not a rapper. She's not a singer. She doesn't do any of that. So her only talent really is the modeling, which is what she's doing. She looks way older than her real age. And I understand modeling can do that. When you take some clothes off and put a whole bunch of makeup on, a 12-year-old looks 21. I didn't even realize Deja's age until the whole Hyman Gate situation. I thought she was older. I didn't realize she was just 17, 18 at that point. And then when you go to her page and you look at her page, you cannot tell me that you can look at her and say, oh, yeah, you could tell she's young, but you wouldn't give her 17, 18. You give her 25, 24, maybe mid-20s. And because Black don't crack, you could even give her a mid to upper 20s. So I feel like, and if you look at King, please understand, y'all, I'm not talking about people's kids. I'm looking at a situation and making an assessment. You have to look at how they are dealing with their children versus these allegations to when these women were underage. Yes, these women knew or partially knew of the situation, but you then have to go, oh, well, you know what? Him following his daughter to the doctor makes sense now. He doesn't want his daughter to be like the women he pulling in the club. Oh, it makes sense that he let his sons do this and don't let his daughters do this. Now we're putting 2 and 2 together. So you have to look at the totality of it and say, now it makes sense. Lock him away. And they're saying that it's not even really him as the aggressor. It's Tiny.
Right. Right.
It's Tiny saying, yeah, you want to be with my husband? Go ahead and do that, B. Do that. And she's the one that's, and I can see it because if you've ever watched Tiny on TV, you can tell she's mannish.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
after you put all of those 2 and 2s together, it starts to make sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
This story is definitely to be continued. I mean, I know there's more that's going to come out. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, the right thing will happen for those who are involved, the victims, and of course, get what they're looking for. And I hope that there'll be a resolution here soon. So there's more to come. We'll see how that plays out. Before y'all hop off, Mark and I, we do have one last topic we wanted to get into, and I don't know if y'all heard about this, but it's actually the Usher versus Justin Timberlake potential versus battle. Man,
Yeah.
what do I think about this battle, Mark? What do you think about this battle?
I mean, this was something that was brought up by Drake, right? I don't know when he brought this up, but he said, these two, need to be in a battle. I was like, me personally, I think Usher, will pretty much roll through this pretty easy. I just like I think once you at the first 10 songs, you be like, man, I'm not even sure if JT got around. You know what I'm saying? Also, number 2, right? For anybody who's still mad at JT about the Super Bowl thing with Janet Jackson, yeah, that's going to play into your feelings too, to not give him around even if he deserves it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a loss. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
Personally, I've been saying it on record for since Versus started. I like the only people who can battle. The only person who can battle, with Usher is Chris Brown, and that's it. And I think Chris Brown will beat him, but that's just my opinion.
I give you that. What do you think, Tina? What do you think of between this, if this were to happen?
I think that was such a biased statement. I think Justin Timberlake would rip Usher. You're not thinking about the audience.
No. I would not let you do that.
You're not thinking about the audience. You only thinking about a black audience. Let's keep it a buck. You only think about a black audience right now. You're talking about Chris Brown and Usher. If they hear that Justin Timberlake is going to be on the Versus, do you know what kind of audience that's going to bring on to people who don't normally watch Versus? That's gonna, and he was with NSYNC. Did you forget all that? All of that's gonna get played. Now you're talking about white, black, all types of people about to tune into that specifically. You don't think nah.
Maybe. I would not let you
And
do
Justin
that.
got pop, R&B, hip. He got all that mix. Usher just R&B and pop.
I would not let you
A
do
different crowd. A different crowd is going to.
I would not let you do that. I'm gonna come back
to that Versus. And Justin is going to win.
I'm not gonna let you get away with that. Before I give my rebuttal to that, Becca, who you got? Because I would not let Tina get away with that.
When Justin Timberlake was with NSYNC, he was white. When Justin Timberlake went solo, he thought he was black. So actually, a lot of black people listen to Justin.
Yeah.
However, what you not gonna do is act like Confessions don't exist. 8701. Right now, Usher could tour just off of 8701.
That's
just that one album. And if he want to chill and come back and do another tour off of one album, Confessions. Even back in the day, Usher, when he was with Diddy, when he was too young to be in a club, even that first album, Usher, My Way, that one still would kill Justin. I think Justin needs to just sit down.
You gotta relax on this one.
You gotta relax. I don't even know if that's really true, if that would ever happen.
Y'all want him to go against Chris because Chris will smash Usher.
No. Chris would do better than
yes, he would.
Winning.
You're not thinking about the audience.
Chris winning.
Y'all not thinking about the audience.
And now I will.
Chris winning.
Now I will say Usher and Chris Brown, that would really break the internet because they are almost maybe 1 or 2 hit difference as far as career goes.
Usher is a legacy artist now, right? Breezy, don't get me wrong. When Breezy puts on some joints, the younger crowd's gonna be like, yo, that's my joint, period. It's going to be a generational thing with these two guys. But I think Usher still goes into that generation. You play Confession, you play 8701. It's a rap. You can listen. What Breezy gonna do when you put on My Way? What Breezy gonna do when you put on anything from Confessions? Then you can close your eyes and pick one. What Breezy gonna do?
I'm gonna say like this, man. With Breezy, you got to understand every artist for over 10 years wants him on a record and has gotten him on a record. I'm like, man, he got to be the hardest working man in show business at this point because I'm like, everybody wants him for a record. Every new rapper, every new hot rapper, every new hot R&B guy, they all like, please, and they don't even care what kind of verse they get from Breezy, whether it's rap or singing. Just something like, yo, hey Breezy, man, just hum to the beat. We'll take that. Like, that's how much they want him on the record. That's crazy.
Chris Brown can actually rap though. If y'all ever,
I get all of that, but when Usher start going back and forth,
they're gonna play. First of all, the way that they judge verses is song by song.
Right.
So that's how it's gonna go, or hit by hit. That's what's gonna go up against each other. Right. And all the features that Breezy has and that he's on, he's going to outdo Usher.
Man.
But does Justin have 20 hits to go against anybody?
I think so.
No.
I mean, he might play some NSYNC shit.
I think
we don't want that.
That's the only way he'll get 20.
No, but I mean, if you can combine his features plus his songs plus NSYNC, yeah, he has 20. I just don't.
We don't want those.
But I mean, if that's the case, then you should probably put then why would a solo artist, the majority of his songs that he play in the verses be with a group? Right. If he's a solo artist, he should be able to have 20 on his own. Justin Timberlake got Gone, which is with NSYNC, and Cry Me a River. And I'm a Justin Timberlake fan. I cannot name. Oh wait, Senorita, maybe.
Yeah.
What else? Most of his jams are with NSYNC, and that would be completely unfair if he goes to a verses and plays songs that he did with the group and play only 3 solo songs.
I mean, did Ashanti have 20 hits?
Hey,
or she had to do features?
Do whatever
she had won the verses.
Hey, Mo, I got you on that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mo is spot on.
That's close. I won't say it won't be close.
Because
I just got Chris Brown winning.
I think it will be close, but you got to think about Usher, man. Usher, look, I want to dance this because y'all get me. Usher, when Usher put on, yeah, what you want to do? When he put on Lovers and Friends, that's Usher got automatic wins. There are certain songs you cannot counter. Those are songs you got to be like, okay, I got to pick this L.
He can counter all of that.
He can't counter that. When you put that on, like Lovers and Friends, and Usher.
Wait, did Little John even do a verses yet?
Yeah, he did.
He did.
His Little John versus was actually hilarious.
It was, and he won it.
He played Lovers and Friends.
He played Lovers and Friends, and we were like, it's an automatic.
Did he play Lovers and Friends?
Yeah, he did.
He did. Even the person who played it. You gotta play that. That's a big song. Then he played the remix. He played the remix with the new one. Like, I mean, so listen, Usher gets it hands down, and we're out of here. All right. So hopefully we'll get that battle, and Tina can see it in full glory, and we out of here. So, our last topic.
You're gonna be bad as hell. You're gonna be bad as hell when that billboard say one of them and not Usher.
No,
I don't go by Billboard. Billboard don't know us like that.
Not at all.
I go by in my Sweezy voice, I go by culture. The culture.
It's the culture. The culture will regardless.
It's the zone.
Yeah.
Our last topic.
Next
I
to
know
last.
y'all don't want to hear this. I know I don't want to hear it. But Bow Weezy got a new album coming out, and he's talking about all the females he dated. I don't care. I'm sure Marc cares, but I don't care.
No, I don't care. But here's the thing, though, right? I mean, to me, see, I wanted to get a lady's opinion because I'm just like, listen, to me, I'm like, yo, all right, so you used to date these females, right? They all celebrities now, bigger celebrities than you, by the way, right? And now you want to talk about them. Like, to me, it's lame, but I was just like, you know what? That's just my opinion, but you know what? Let me get the ladies' opinion. You know, maybe they think something different. I doubt it, but I just think, yeah, I mean, that's lame. It's just like when Ray J did the song, I hit it first. No, boy, you lame. You know what I mean? For a Kim K shot way past you. And all you can do is make a song about I hit it first. No, boy, you lame. That's what I think. But I'll take your opinion on it.
Are y'all checking for that?
Apparently, this is supposed to be Bow Wow's last album, and he want to go out with a bang and pour his heart out. Yada yada yada. So he's been asking. I don't know if anybody watches Growing Up Hip Hop. He's been asking the ladies, or basically telling them that he's gonna do a song and they're gonna be in it. And at first he was asking their permission, and then he was like, "Fuck it." So his mom was even like, you know, don't say anything disrespectful. Don't disrespect none of these women that you about to put on there. And you know, he's big on Angela Simmons. So what's Angela gonna say? And he was like real cocky about it. I don't care if Angela don't like it. I'm gonna speak my truth, and that's it. She don't like it. She don't like it. Yeah. But he been chasing her around, so I think it's gonna hurt him. Nobody really fuck with Bow Wow now anyway.
I'll be honest. I don't know if anything can hurt him, because I don't think he's at a point where he can. I don't think he's relevant enough to get hurt. To be honest, hey, honestly, if Bow Wow ever were to get this and hear this at any point, we don't want that album. We don't want to hear you rap about these girls, these women that you dated. We don't want to hear Bow Wow rap. Period. Like, we don't want to see you. We don't hear you rap. We don't want to hear you act. We don't want to. You got money. You got beat up by an old girl. I forgot old girl's name that beat him up pretty bad. You got beat up by an old girl. Like, just relax. You're making money still. They got you.
Kiyomi is her name.
Kiyomi.
That's what it was. She beat him up.
Kiyomi, she don't love the hip hop now.
She don't love the hip hop. Yeah, she roughed him up, and then she don't love the hip hop. It's just we good, Bow. Like yeah. I didn't like Bow Wow since
he's a womanizer.
Very, very.
And an abuser.
Bow Wow since he was on Snoop Dogg on living room chair. You know what I mean? He was the boy.
Just Bow Wow. You just don't know. Don't nobody want to see that. That first verse about Erica Mena, she gonna trash him on Instagram. Okay, that one bar about Erica Mena, she's going to go in. So he just needs to stop it.
They're gonna all go in on him. Like, soon as he released that bar, they're gonna release all of that stuff on him. He's gonna be. I mean, I don't think he has a rap career anyhow. So whatever's left of whoever he is, it's gonna be done.
Plus, he's not going to be able to get away with talking about Sierra. We like Sierra, so he can't say anything about her. Joy Chavis be minding her business, so he really can't say anything about her. He says that she's a great co-parent. He doesn't have anything bad to say about her, so that's probably going to be a regular song. He could probably talk trash.
It seemed like he the male version of Superhead. Like, why are you coming out exposing shit? Just keep your mouth shut. You a whole dude. Like, what is in your mouth?
If you want to talk about it, put it in a book and maybe
or don't say anything at all, because we don't care. We don't care. And those of us that grew up with Bow Wow, we kind of fizzled out. Like, our last good remembrance of Bow Wow is 106 in Park. After that, he really didn't have that much of a career for us to still be talking about Bow Wow. So that's the reason why he went on TV, to kind of still be relevant. So what really, after all this time, are you going to say about these women? Like, it doesn't make any sense. We don't want to hear it, Bow Wow.
Exactly.
Go bark somewhere else.
Yeah, please. You were adorable, now you're not. So we're good. So
barely. He was barely adorable then.
He's a non-motherfucking factor.
Exactly. Absolutely. You heard it here, Bow Wow. So thank you both for hopping on tonight. This was good. We had fun. We talked about some sports. We talked about some hip hop. Marc, you have any parting words, man? Anything you want to give shout outs?
Absolutely, man. I lost one of my mentors this week, Coach John Chaney, Coach Temple Owls, for a long time.
Yes,
he was good friends with my father. you know. So that's how I come to met how I met him or whatever. Ate up my brother, was in his basketball camp, as a kid and everything like that. But every time that I had like a big decision, trying to go into this basketball field, he was there, to kind of, walk me through everything. But then it just turned into discussions about life. So when, back in the day when I interned for the 76ers, I talked to John Chambers. Before I moved to Miami to work with the Miami Heat, I talked to John Cheney. You know what I'm saying? When my father, passed away, I talked to John Cheney. You know what I'm saying? And when my first time coaching the kids, the first time coaching boys basketball, kids like high school age, I talked to John Cheney. So I'm like, he was a mentor to me. He was a great man. And it didn't matter if you played basketball for him or not. He just wanted to see kids get ahead. He wanted to see them get to college and move their life forward. And that's what he was about. And I kind of noticed, like my dad was about that. He was about that. And now I'm about that. So certainly had an influence on my life. I will not forget him. And he was just a great man, and I just appreciate the time that he took with me just to, just explain things. And I mean, I know he had a busy schedule and everything, but he always took time out for me, just to help me along with my life journeys. And I'll never forget him, and I definitely appreciate him for it.
Indeed, a great man, great coach, great man. Lost a good one, man. Lost a good one. Yo, Tina, what you got for us as we close the thing out? Caught your gut.
Well, hey y'all, I'm about to get ready to go out in this snow. Yes, Jersey in the building. With I think we're almost at 3 feet now.
Good grief.
But yeah, my mama gotta go to work, so I gotta take her to work. But thank you for inviting me on tonight, guys. I love me some Becca.
Indeed.
Love you too.
So yeah, keep it going, guys.
Indeed. Be safe out there. Peace. Becca, what you got for us?
Just to piggyback on what she said, everybody who's up north in that snowstorm, so please be careful. If you don't have to go out, please don't. If you do have to go out, please be careful. Watch the black ice. And thank you again for inviting me. I feel loved. I feel loved. Oh.
Indeed.
So I always enjoy coming on with you guys. It's always a good time.
When is the wedding?
The wedding is March 27th.
Good deal. Good deal. Yo, congrats again. And
thank you.
We'll connect to the party.
Yeah, we're gonna be jamming. It's gonna be party time.
Indeed. Yo, but thank you for hopping on that as well. We appreciate you.
All right. Bye, everybody. Good night.
Peace. Yo, Marc, good show tonight, man. The only thing I got, man, is hey, the vibes, man. Really good show tonight. We talked about sports shit. We talked hip hop shit. I mean, we got into a lot of things, man. Yo, good show tonight. I think I can say, man, is shit. I mean, no bad energy, man. It's all love, man. I appreciate you tonight. Yo, rest in peace to, of course, the legendary coach. Rest in peace to Screech from say about lost him today as well. I mean, rest in peace, Cicely Tyson, the legend. Yeah. You know what I mean? So 2021 is not kicking off as strong as we would like it, but it's still a blessing to be here. And bless up to those who actually going through things. And man, hopefully we can all get through this together, man. Hopefully 2021 does not duplicate 2020. Peace to my baby, peace to my wife. Thank you for watching tonight too. Shout out to Facebook, shout out to Spotify, shout out to Blackjack TV channel 199, my radio. Shout out to YouTube, everybody who was watching tonight. Shout out to Kyrie, shout out to Tim, shout out to all of you who's in the comments tonight. Had a lot of engagement tonight, a lot of viewers tonight as well. So thank you all. You know the vibes. We see y'all same time next week.
All right, peace.
Peace, bro.